Hey there. Hey, Ron. How you doing, man?
Horrible. Yourself?
I've had better days. Better days, that's for sure. My voice isn't feeling the best, so definitely letting you take the lead on this one today.
Oh, great.
You're welcome.
Just great. All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the program. Today, we're going to be doing another holiday classic. One that is renowned the world over. That is known for its semblance of cheer and merriment. And
its majesty.
Its majesty and its enjoyment by children and their parents the world over. That's right. We are talking about the 1980 classic New Year's Evil. And if you didn't know there was a movie called New Year's Evil, I wish I didn't know either.
That's fair. That's definitely fair.
I don't even want to do a walkthrough for this fucking thing. It's the first slasher film with no suspense.
Yeah, that's true. You can almost see this entire fucking movie coming right from the start too.
I mean, at first you're like, okay, so is it the one person or the other person? But you knew it was somebody that was blood related.
Well, yeah, basically, it's a rough one.
Yeah.
Well, I guess, do you want to go ahead and give it your best shot at a walkthrough? I can't take that long.
Woman go as like a quote unquote punk new wave star, and she's hosting a Dick Clark's Rockin' New Year's Eve type of bullshit thing, with really really shitty punk new wave bands.
The best dancers ever.
Like, they're horrible. Like, I don't give a fuck about, you know. And then what's funny is you hear the theme song to the movie about 10 minutes after you've heard it during the opening credits. Because, and what the best part is when you're listening to the opening theme, which isn't horrible, it's not horrible. You think it's a woman singing, and then you come to find out it is not a woman singing. It is a man in very, 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 very tight pants.
Looked like a very young Ron Pertee.
He looked like a very young Ron Pertee, and I actually have a picture from my 8th grade dance that I just found. So yes, it actually did. But that's besides the point. Anywho, so she's hosting this thing, and she's like, "Call in and tell us what your favorite new wave song of the year was." And we get the guy. Then we get our first introduction to Evil, who's talking through a voice modulator, and he says he's going to kill one person, one woman, at midnight for every time zone. And then it begins. You know, they kind of like brush it off like it's nothing. But then he starts killing people. He kills a nurse inside of a sanitarium, who is like the easiest chick ever.
Yeah.
He knew her 5 minutes, pulled out a bottle of Shampipple, and she was like ready to drop her fucking panties, if she was even wearing any.
It seems like a pretty big if in this movie.
It's a very big if. So he kills her, and then the next one, he kills some chick that looks like Kelly Maroney from Night of the Comet. For all I know, it could have been Kelly Maroney from Night of the Comet.
It wasn't.
But it's like he kills the two women, and this is one of the coolest shots in the entire movie. Though, is when the chick opens the dumpster, and it's dark, and you just see the lighter in his face, and then he pulls her in. That was a very cool sequence.
Yeah.
All right, and Kip Niven, who plays the killer, is probably the best part of the movie.
Yeah. That's definitely probably not wrong. That's for sure.
Yeah.
He's been in a lot of shit, though, to be fair.
Yeah, and well, I mean, and not only that, but they had a big, like, it was almost like a Ted Bundy type feel to him because he was very charismatic, and he would use different ploys to get people to trust him, and then he would violently murder them. And then my favorite part, though, is after he kidnaps somebody else and he kills them, and he's dressed up as a priest. Because, go with God, my son. There's a psychiatrist that they brought to talk to New Wave Bitch, which is her name from now on, New Wave Bitch, although her name is Blaze. Insert David Witt comment here.
I believe that's Roz Kelly, right?
What?
Yeah, that's Roz Kelly.
Yeah.
She was Pinky on Happy Days, the Fonzie Loves Pinky trilogy part that they did, pre-parters.
Oh yeah, Pinky Tuscadero.
Yes, that's her.
Malachi Crunch. But it was so she and then you come to find out that the killer is really her husband. And out of nowhere, apparently he had done time in a mental institution. We didn't know that until the end of the movie.
Right.
And then he tries to kill her, but he doesn't, the cops catch him, and he does a really cool, like, Edgar Allan Poe type thing at the end before he kills himself jumping off the building. And then his son and her son this whole time has been like, I got a surprise for you, Mom, but no, you're not even worth it. And it turns out this whole thing was because she wasn't paying enough attention to them. She was too wrapped up in Fonzie.
Yeah.
And she gets taken away in an ambulance, and that's driven by her son, who's wearing the mask his father did, and that's how it ends. And we hear the New Year's Evil theme for the third time. And if it wasn't enough. Jamie, what did you think of New Year's Evil?
I preferred the son when he was in Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Almost everybody in this movie, I thought they did a better job in something else.
Fair.
And that's not saying anybody was like a horrible actor or anything. It just like it seemed like in this movie, like maybe they just weren't paid enough because it just seemed like none of them really gave a fuck.
I mean, I wouldn't care either. Like I've made plenty of horror films, and I would never make something called New Year's Evil.
Well, I mean, going all the way down to the extras, like the dancing scenes, like they're in the mosh pit and they're just like, they remind me of Goombas in the Super Mario Brothers movie when they're in the elevator.
Weren't they the same people? I mean,
as the Goombas?
Yeah, well, isn't Dennis Hopper really the big bad in this movie?
It might have been. It was just not very well done. Like I said,
and here to perform, here's Made in Japan with their song Bonsai, and there isn't a single Japanese person in the fucking band.
No. It was just really, really bad. Like I said, everybody did something else better. I mean, every single one of them. It's just really, really sad that this right here was something that was made with some people that actually have talent.
Yeah, Kip Niven was just like so good in this, but it's one of those things where it's like you're really good in something, but you're also really, really shitty in this.
Well, even the director of this, like, he went on afterwards to do Demon Warp.
See?
Huh?
I mean, I'm just saying, see,
But,
I'm going through Kip Niven's right here. I mean, he was on Barnaby Jones. He was in Raising Jeffrey Dahmer, Goodland. What else was he in? Emergency for the TV series. If anybody is old and remembers shit that I do.
but like not even him though. Like Chris Wallace, who played what was it, one of the cops? Like, you're talking about him going from doing roles with like the original Incredible Hulk stuff.
Right.
You
Kip
know,
Niven was also in. I forgot he was also in Damnation Alley, which is a favorite of mine, with George Papard and Jan Michael Vincent, and it is probably the worst post-apocalyptic film ever.
Is it?
Yeah, but it's so. I mean, I first saw it on Monster Vision, so if that tells you anything.
Right, that's fair. Jed Mills was in this. He played was it Ernie in the movie, and that dude's actually been in a lot too, including Twin Peaks, Quantum Leap, Casino. So like it's just crazy to me that with all the talent here, they couldn't make something better than this.
Yeah.
Like it just, and it wasn't like it was super early on in everybody's career either.
No.
It was very middle of the road for almost every single one of these actors and actresses. So for them to sit there and not be able to put out something decent to me was kind of pathetic, personally.
Yeah, I can see that.
I think as far as the walkthrough, though, man, I think you kind of nailed it on the head. Like, there's really not a lot to talk about. It's like shitty dance sequence, shitty song,
Shitty acting.
Yeah, let's talk for a little bit. Here's a murder. The murders, we'll get into it when we get into our thoughts, I guess. But like, man, for a New Year's Eve movie, I expected more. Yeah. I really did. New Year's Eve is obviously known for its horror elements. So for this not to have any, it was kind of a letdown.
Well, like I said, it's a slasher film with no suspense whatsoever.
No, there's no tension. There's really nothing in here that makes you.
There's no cool kills.
No, but nothing makes you feel for any of the characters either. Like the character building is even so shitty that there's nothing that really makes you want to finish watching this movie once you get into it.
When it got to near the end part, I almost turned it off.
Oh, dude, I fell asleep so many times trying to watch this all the way through. I had to watch it over a 2-week period because I would fall asleep like every 5 minutes.
I much prefer Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City.
Which maybe go ahead and just go throw it out there right now. We will be doing really soon on 2G1C, and Ron, as always, is welcome to join us.
We'll see.
It's definitely we're gonna hit a newer movie with that one. I don't know too much what Chuck thinks about it, but I'm a huge fan of the games. I'm not sure Chuck is or not.
Yeah, but I think. Well, I don't want to say anything, but go on.
No.
What did you think of New Year's Evil?
Well, considering that it's a New Year's Eve horror film, we don't have too many of them. That didn't help its cause for me at all. I'm personally gonna give it like a 2. It's not the worst movie I've ever seen. I have seen worse, unfortunately. The kills were
Sean Smithson.
Yeah, definitely. Fucking monster dog. Like the kills were cheesy. There's nothing really good. The way they figure out about him being like the girl's like husband is basically from like a spoiler alert, by the way, him leaving his car somewhere.
Yeah.
Like it's just there's nothing in this movie that really, like I said, that makes you want to come back and watch it. Nothing in here whatsoever keeps your attention. It's one of those weird things. Like, I mean, I've watched movies that were horrible, but still made me want to finish them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This movie had nothing in it that made me even want to continue to watch it.
You at least finished Blood Rage.
Yeah, well, yeah, I did. Blood Rage. Like, I finished this movie too. Don't get me wrong, but like I fell asleep a lot less times than Blood Rage.
I mean, you do fall asleep a lot during movies, though.
Well, I work a lot, to be fair. So I'm always trying to fit them in when I can. But like this one to me, it just wasn't good. The kills weren't anything memorable.
They slash their breasts. Who
Like,
cares?
there's just no redeeming qualities about this film in any
None.
way whatsoever. I mean, like I try to go about every movie and like try to find like something good. I really can't. Like a 2 is probably too nice for this one. I think I'm gonna have to go with a 1. Like it just the coolest scene is what you said. Where you see him like in the trash can, the light there and everything.
Yep.
And let's be honest, like that ain't shit. Like that's been done before too.
Yeah.
It's just it's very disappointing seeing the people in this movie make this movie.
Yeah, it really is.
It's just it really, really, really is.
And look for the Jason Blum remake coming in 2023.
Oh God, yeah,
kidding, I'm
yes,
kidding.
yes. I'm pretty sure there will be, and Evil will be 5 girls.
Well, according to Richard Sullivan in the movie, ladies are not nice people. That's a direct quote.
I can agree with that part of the movie.
And all of a sudden, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, JB's wife comes in with a frying pan and bashes him in the skull. Not the mama.
She'd be the first one to admit it. You know what? We should have just watched Dinosaurs. We should
do an episode on the finale.
Anyways, man, what did you think of this piece of shit?
Well, I wouldn't call it a piece of shit because you're being mean to shit. But it's poorly made, poorly acted. It's like they just were there for a paycheck and they knew no one was going to see it, type of thing. I can't even. You've hit on everything, except I'm not even going to give it a 1. I'm giving it a 0.5.
A 0.5.
Mm-hmm. A 0.5.
Wow, that's definitely a pretty low rating, man.
What does IMDb give it? I'm sure you have that up.
Like a 4, like a 4.4 or something like that.
What's wrong with people on IMDb?
I don't know, man. You'd be surprised. Like a lot of people actually gave that like in between like a 6, but I mean it's just, oh man, like
this is abysmal.
There are some pretty funny reviews though about this one. It's like boring film with faux punk music, bad but not in a fun way. It says very dull, predictable slasher film, mercilessly mocked on Elvira's show. That's the only way you can get entertainment out of it. Soundtrack is far worse, like a Broadway's producer idea of a punk or new wave that's supposed to be punks are a Broadway's version of punks too. White kids with puffy blonde afro, trendy faux leather, and makeup intended to look slutty rather than shock. Waste of time. Which, I mean, like, if you go and just like read almost any of the bad reviews of this movie, it's gonna kind of nail it. Like, I'm not gonna suggest anybody watch this. Oh, this is a 4.8, by the way.
Oh, gee. What's funny is filming began October 15th of 1980, and it was theatrically released on December 19th of 1980.
So it was filmed, edited, everything within
inside of about 2 months.
Oh,
yeah,
you could tell.
It's out on Blu-ray though. Scream Factory put out a Blu-ray back in 2015. A 35 millimeter print played at the New Beverly Cinema in Los Angeles back in 2018. This came out from Canon, so it's like, oh, thanks, Canon.
It's I can't believe who do you say picked it up? The
Canon.
Shout
Yeah,
Factory.
Scream Factory. Yeah.
Man, and I saw that they were the ones that did the Blu-ray release of that and everything. It's just, man, they really lowered their fucking standards in some of these.
Yeah, they really did.
You know, it's almost as bad as Criterion.
Watch it. Watch your fucking mouth.
I did just pick up the what's it called, Haxon.
Okay.
I did get the Criterion of that.
Right,
of all the ones that you can get, that's the one I got.
Makes sense though. Does
Well,
make sense.
if you know me, it does, I guess.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, overall, I'm not happy with this choice. I'm sorry.
Glad I'm not the one that made it.
I made it. I made this choice, and I'm sorry to everybody. I really am.
At least you only have to suffer with this episode for a short period.
Yeah, that's true. We'll be able to move on quickly. Now, what we will say that we have some pretty cool things coming up because we're going to be getting back into Tales from the Crypt, which may I go ahead and throw out there that our next episode is Forever Ambergris, which we have Roger Daltrey in it, Titus Welliver's in it, Steve Buscemi's in that episode.
Oh, hello, fellow children.
Oh, dude, we got some good ones coming up. We got let's see, where is it? Episode 5 is People Who Live in Brass Hearses with Bill Paxton, Brad Dourif, Michael Lerner. Well, I mean, like I said, we got some pretty good ones coming. We got Ernie Hudson coming up, John Laughlin. I mean, you got some. Well, you got Will Wheaton in an episode coming up as well too. We got some Billy Zane coming up too with Martin Sheen.
Oh shit! Yeah, we got some good stuff.
Yeah, you know, season 5 isn't as bad as some other seasons.
And in 2 weeks, Resident Evil: Welcome to Raccoon City.
Yeah, that's definitely going to probably be the highlight coming up. I'm pretty excited for that one.
Yeah. It's going to be the first time a new-ish movie has been done. So
Right. And we're not going to, I'm just going to throw it out there now. Like, we're going to try our best to not spoil it. We might do.
But if you've played the video games.
Yeah, realistically, if you played the video games, you could have spoiled it for yourself. Like, honestly, I mean, it's pretty it's pretty spot on, damn near.
With the exception of a couple of characters, but yeah.
Yeah, you know, but I mean, like it's up there, that's for sure. We might do a spoiler section though, I think. Where
there you go.
Talk about some of the things, but overall, we're not gonna, you're not required to watch it to go and check out what we thought of it, and but it'll be a good time, and hopefully we'll be able to see you all there. Ron, you got anything you want to add before we get out of this super short episode on this piece of shit film?
I'm trying to think when this is airing. So it's
it should be airing New Year's Eve.
Okay, well then don't forget in a little bit here to tune into the Ron Pertee Show New Year's Eve Spectacular at Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube. Just look for I'm Uncle Ron. We're gonna have some amazing performers, and I'm gonna be there too, I guess. And we're gonna ring in the new year in at least 2 time zones. So, and that starts at 11 p.m. Eastern. So,
do you take live callers?
We are doing it through StreamYard, so there is a possibility.
Might have to figure out a way, see if maybe Evil contacts you.
If Evil contacts you? That'd be great. No, fuck him.
No.
Kip Nevin's dead.
Good spoiler. No, it's not really a spoiler.
I mean, in real life, he's dead.
Oh, man.
But it's going to be a good time. So what do you got coming up here besides going back to bed?
Yeah, not too much, man. Not too much at all. Just trying to get this all going. Having fun with the shows. Getting ready to get back into Tales from the Crypt. I will say, if you can see in the background there, I finally got my my Crypt Keeper mask from the actual cartoon or from the comic book, which a lot of people don't realize looks entirely different than he did in the actual TV show. But it's So now I can honestly say that I finally got both Crypt Keeper masks. But
There you go.
it's been fun times, just doing shit and enjoying time with the family. It's been a decent holiday this year, that's for sure.
Right on. Right
How's
on.
things with you, man?
It was a Friday and Saturday.
Well, sometimes that's better than it being bad.
I suppose. Well, I mean, yeah,
Right.
but yeah. So, all right, everybody, thank you so much for watching. I'm gonna go ahead and sign off here this time. I know you always say it, but you sound like you're gargling gravel road. So I want to thank everybody for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and all that kind of stuff on all the podcast platforms. tpublic.com, Tales from the Podcast. You can get shirts and with our amazing logos. And we do have something very super, 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 super cool that we're going to be announcing very soon. Yeah, so with that, I can't believe I get to say this. With that, the crypt is closed.
Thanks for listening, kiddies. You're all a scream.